Under the moonlit sky, a tall building stands amidst the clouds. On its rooftop, the confrontation begins. A woman with long blonde hair and a fierce expression declares firmly, "Your games are over now." From the shadows, a man in a black suit and top hat emerges. Ego's tick. With a sly smile, he responds as if amused. Ego's tick. Clapping slowly, he continues with a mocking tone. "You did very well this time too. As expected, you're a worthy rival, we acknowledge." The woman, Stardust, glares at him, her voice sharp with anger. "I don't need your acknowledgement, you piece of trash." Ego's tick, unfazed, points out with a knowing smirk. "Stardust, the one who has always interfered with and opposed my game was you." He pauses before making an announcement. "It seems today will be my last game. You've already grown up too much to play with me anymore, Stardust. I will not appear before you again." His body begins to dissolve into glowing fragments as he delivers his farewell. "Goodbye." But Stardust calls out desperately, "Ego's tick." As his form vanishes, purple light surrounds him. Stardust, glowing with golden energy, charges after him. She screams in frustration as she tries to stop his departure, her attack crashing against the violet fragments. Seeing this, Ego's tick looks up at her, puzzled by her desperate reaction. His thoughts echo in disbelief. What is this? Why is she like that? The scene shifts to a few years ago. A younger man, dressed in black with a red tie, lounges on the edge of a rooftop while watching the city skyline. He sighs, muttering to himself, "Looking at it like this, it's just like Seoul." His name appears. Kim Daoin, 22 years old. Suddenly, an explosion erupts in the distance, signaling the chaos that will shape his future. The city is chaotic as heroes clash with villains. Workman, an B-rank villain, lunges forward with brute force, while two low-rank heroes, Punchi, C-rank, and Kicks, C-rank, attempt to hold him back. But in this world, danger lurks everywhere. A narrator's voice explains, "This place is far from the soul of the world I used to live in. Villains cause terror every day. In a world where superpowers fly around, the truth is revealed. The protagonist has transmigrated into a superhero comic. Specifically, the one starring the mighty hero Stardust." The man in the black suit and top hat, Ego's tick, smirks. He knows that in this world, heroes rise to protect people, but he has chosen another path. "I decided to become a villain for just one person." Now back in the present, Ego's tick teleports onto a rooftop, catching his breath. Just teleported a moment ago. Let's rest a bit." A system-like message identifies him. Ego's tick, rank, villain. Ignoring the confusion around him, he calmly explains to Sayo Manga through his communicator. "This is all part of a thorough plan, Sayo Manga. Villain hunt. Based on the knowledge of the original work, I will become strong and eliminate the troublesome villains in advance while they are weak." Determined, he vows not to let those villains torment his favorite character, Stardust. Egostic's plan unfolds. He stalks another villain, using thermal vision to detect their presence. "If I don't burn from the enemy's sight, they won't know what they're looking at. Now I can predict them easily." He smirks, raising his gun. "I get it, you rascal. Fortunately, I gained an ability that allows me to carry out this plan of mine. The first ability is teleportation. Appearing right behind a startled thug, he adds coldly. And the second ability is telekinesis. One of his targets, Rhino, a D-rank villain, panics as he realizes he's caught. Ego's tick doesn't hesitate. "Goodbye, Mr. Rhino." A gunshot rings out. As Rhino collapses, Ego's tick retrieves documents scattered from his grasp. His sharp eyes scan the papers. Is that a department store blueprint? As expected, he was planning a terror attack this time too. A chilling thought echoes in his mind. This guy is Rhino, who becomes an A-rank villain in the latter half of the original work. Ego's tick reflects on the villain he just eliminated. Rhino wasn't just any criminal. He was a dangerous psychopath who wore a rhino mask and massacred hundreds of people in the original storyline. Taking him down early meant changing the future. Through his communicator, Sayo Manga updates him. The police and Hero Association have received reports. Get out in 5 minutes. Egostick smirks in relief, replying softly. All right, thanks, Sayo Manga. She snaps back. If you're thankful, bring melon duck when you come back. Meanwhile, Egostick leaves behind a chilling message. Written in blood-red letters on the wall are the words, "For Stardust." When Stardust arrives at the scene, fury flashes across her face. That crazy bastard. Clenching her fists, she vows, "I will definitely catch you." News spreads quickly. Broadcasts report, a rank villain Rhino dies at his mansion. Is the culprit another villain? The association officially announces an unidentified A-rank villain. Public debate erupts. Some wonder, but if he only hunts other villains, isn't he a hero? Why is he a villain? Others argue that even if Egostick kills villains, he's still acting outside the law, making him dangerous. Back at his hideout, Egostick vents his frustration. This is troublesome, troublesome. He paces, shouting, while Sayo Manga, calm as ever, watches. Her description appears. Han Sayo Un superintelligence ability user. She sighs. You're so loud. Egostick continues ranting. At this rate, only my image will get better. Then what about Stardust? The hero who is chasing me to lock me up. The two discuss the situation. Egostick realizes that unless he takes action, Stardust's reputation will decline, while his will improve, the opposite of his plan. Sayo Manga asks what they should do next. Egostick's eyes flash with determination. To stop this, I need to firmly imprint on the public that I am a very bad guy. Sayo Manga, let's prepare. She tilts her head, curious. What now? Egostick points forward with a confident smirk, ready to set his next scheme into motion. The time finally comes for Egostick's official debut as a villain. He opens his stash, weapons, explosives, and supplies neatly arranged. His gloved hand picks up a bomb, preparing for the spectacle. Meanwhile, at the top of a towering skyscraper, on the 111th floor, civilians admire the breathtaking view. But their peace is shattered when the countdown begins. Suddenly, the lights flicker, and Egostick's voice echoes across the building. Hello everyone. My name is Villain Egostick. Panic erupts. People scream, chaos spreads, and crowds outside look up at the broadcast projected across massive screens. Egostick calmly reminds them of his reputation. The person who eliminated Rhino recently and exposed other villains is none other than me. Standing high above the city, Egostick grins and points to a nearby landmark. Do you see that over there? People gasp as he reveals the truth. I have installed bombs at those 3 locations. The terror intensifies. Inside, people realize the doors are locked. Panic surges as someone screams. What is this? The door won't open. Egostick laughs. Now, shall we start the game? If there's a villain, there must be a hero, right? And right on cue, the answer arrives. The A-rank hero in charge of Soul appears, Stardust. Egostick announces with satisfaction. The A-rank hero in charge of Soul, Ms. Stardust. To stop me, you're already on your way. The panel highlights her striking appearance. Flowing cape, tight uniform, determination blazing in her eyes. Egostick, in contrast, stands proudly in his black suit, red tie, and cape, completing his look. His narration concludes. Robe, pants, cape, and lastly the mask. The stage is set for the inevitable clash between villain and hero. Egostick takes a deep breath, his heart racing. Phew, why am I so nervous? Finally, I get to meet her in person. A massive explosion rocks the city as Stardust makes her grand entrance, descending from the sky in a blaze of light. Egostick stares, awestruck. Not in the comic. Oh, wow. She lands with elegance, her golden hair swaying in the wind. The system text introduces her. Stardust, A-rank hero. Egostick's inner thoughts overflow with admiration. You, who burst in beauty. But he shakes himself. This isn't the time to be dazzled. The two now stand face to face, the rooftop their stage. The story then flashes back. Before arriving in this world, Kim Do-in had been caught in chaos. Wounded, exhausted, he stumbled through rubble. Where on earth is this place? Please send me back to my original world. But what he found was a glowing screen broadcasting stardust. Seeing her, he was struck speechless. Stardust? No way. It's a lie. This place is stardust? In that moment, his heart decided, if I became a hero, I could be with you. Yet he knew the truth. Even if he chose the path of a hero, it wouldn't be enough to protect her. The dangers surrounding Stardust in the original story were too great. So he resolved, to protect you, there was only this one path. Back in the present, Stardust glares at him. Your name is Ego's Tick. Ego's Tick smiles faintly, confirming it. That's right. I'll become a villain just for you. She steps forward, but he raises his voice with a chilling threat. If you come even one step closer from now on, I will immediately. He grins wickedly, cutting himself off. Then, softer, almost like a vow only for her, he adds, you know, right? So you walk only on a flowery path. The scene shifts back to Kim Do-in at 15 years old, lounging casually in his messy room, eating snacks and watching TV. On the screen, the villain Jackie bursts into maniacal laughter, his crazed voice echoing. Kim Do-in watches silently, then mutters, is Jackie a real psycho? Even for a villain, his act is a bit over the top. Now, in the present, standing on the rooftop, Ego's Tick mimics that same laughter, throwing his head back. His booming voice unsettles the crowd and irritates Stardust, who narrows her eyes and clenches her fists. The two now stand face to face, a live broadcast projecting their confrontation to everyone below. A few minutes earlier, Ego's Tick had already prepared the stage. With confidence, he smirked. I know exactly what you're thinking right now. My subordinate controlling the broadcast also has a recording switch. So don't even think about subduing me with force. He spread his arms wide, cameras circling the rooftop. What do you think of this stage I've created just for you, Stardust? She growled in anger. You crazy bastard. Release the innocent people right now. Then I'll just beat you up a bit before I take you in. Ego's Tick chuckled, replying dramatically, yes, of course I'll release them. After all, it's what the hero of justice, Stardust, says. He turned to the cameras and announced, attention, everyone please look at me. Now, I will release the lock on the elevators for each observation deck. Sure enough, the elevator lights came back on. Civilians cried out in relief, rushing toward the doors. But Stardust wasn't convinced. She whispered to herself, there's no way it'll end this easily. And she was right. Agostic's voice cut through the cheers. Wait! It's no fun if I just let you go. Is it? That descent button that just lit up. The tension thickened. Ego's Tick wasn't about to let things end so simply. Ego's Tick lays out his cruel game. The moment anyone presses the button to escape, the bomb on another observation deck will explode. He smirks, calling it simple. Stardust glares, fury flashing in her eyes. He raises his hand and declares the time limit, 30 minutes. Within that time, before the bombs detonate, the hostages must decide whether to press the button and save themselves or risk killing others. He shouts for them to hurry. With a chilling smile, Ego's Tick adds that the people trapped are strangers anyway, so why should anyone care? Stardust clenches her teeth, calling him a bastard. But he only spreads his arms dramatically, announcing that today everyone will witness the pinnacle of human selfishness. Inside the observation decks, panic spreads. People argue in desperation. Some say that if the others press the button first, they will all die for nothing. Others insist they have to be the ones to act first in order to survive. Fear and distrust quickly take over, voices rising, each side accusing the other. Onlookers shout in frustration, demanding to know what the hero is doing while time slips away. Stardust trembles with anger, realizing that even if she takes Ego's Tick down instantly, His recording devices scattered elsewhere will make it useless. She curses under her breath, thinking about the hostage's safety. Ego's meanwhile, taunts her further. He asks if she finds it fun to play with people's lives. Then, with a mocking smile, he shifts his tone. He calls Stardust one of South Korea's few A-class heroes, someone who never compromises with evil, and admits he has a great deal of respect for her. Stardust snaps, demanding to know what nonsense he's spouting. He explains that since everything is being broadcast nationwide, he simply wanted to praise her. But then his expression twists. He points out that seeing her helpless, unable to act in this situation, is even more amusing. The villain Ego's smirked, finding amusement in the chaos he had created. He announced that Stardust would also have the chance to participate in his twisted game. With a wave of his hand, he revealed that the people trapped inside the towers would be connected to her, desperately waiting for a hero to guide them. He explained the rules. If Stardust managed to strengthen their resolve, and neither side pressed the button within 30 minutes, then the bombs would not detonate. Stardust, glaring at him, asked how she could possibly trust someone like him. Ego's only shrugged, saying it was better than doing nothing and watching helplessly. He raised his hand dramatically and gave the signal. Cameras zoomed in and the countdown began. The hostages looked on in fear, their lives hanging on the outcome of this deadly game. Stardust, broadcasted across giant screens in the city, clenched her fists as the people called out her name, desperate for hope. She introduced herself firmly as Stardust, the A-class hero, speaking to the frightened crowd. She reminded them that every person carries a belief within their heart, a strength that cannot be broken. Ego's watching from the side, smiled in satisfaction. This was exactly what he wanted. To the public, he would forever be seen as the villain who orchestrated this terror. And she, Stardust, would shine even brighter in the eyes of the people. For him, this entire stage was crafted solely for her. Stardust stands tall, her presence radiating confidence and strength. She speaks with a calm but firm voice, encouraging the frightened hostages. She tells them that one day, they will look back proudly on the choice they made here today. She urges them to show the villain that they are not weak, but strong, that their faith is unshakable, that they will never yield to evil. Her final words, "Thank you," carry warmth and determination. As the seconds on the countdown tick away, the tension grows unbearable. The timer drops to 5 seconds, then 4, then 3. Families cling to each other, parents shield their children, and the entire city watches in silence. Stardust stands unwavering, her conviction shining through. The countdown reaches 0. The bombs fail to detonate. The people, who had stood firm despite the looming threat, begin to realize what has happened. Ego's watches in disbelief. His entire plan hinged on exposing human selfishness, yet no one pressed the button. He mutters in shock, unable to comprehend what he's seeing. Weren't people supposed to scramble to save themselves? At least one person should have betrayed the others. His voice cracks as he questions reality, insisting that humans can't be this altruistic. But Stardust, calm and resolute, answers him. She tells him that people aren't as selfish as he believes. Not everyone can be altruistic, but she has always believed in the goodness of humanity. Her words ring out, steady and sure, her faith stronger than ever. Ego's clenches his fists, realization dawning on him. It wasn't the people acting on their own. It was Stardust who gave them courage, who united them against despair. His plan may not have unfolded as intended, but in his heart, he knows he has achieved what he truly wanted: to give her the stage where she shines the brightest. Then, with a sly smile, he declares it entertaining and promises the next game. Before Stardust can strike, he teleports away, but the strain leaves him badly injured, collapsing once he's back with Sion. Despite the pain, he chuckles, satisfied that his villainous image has been broadcast nationwide, while Stardust shone as the beacon of justice he intended her to be. On the streets, citizens cheer Stardust's name, praising her unwavering faith. Watching from afar, she vows that next time she will catch Ego's for sure.